What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, I'm going to be going over some of my favorite guys to target with the big time market crash that we have seen in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM. Some cards that will help your squad out in a big time way. Now, most of the cards I'm going to be talking about today are going to be less than 100,000 coins. Obviously, if you have as many coins as I've got, sure, target a pink diamond or two to pick up for your specific squad that you really like, that you're going to enjoy to use. But a lot of guys don't necessarily have all of the coins in the world, all of the MT in the world, and so they're going to have to maybe ball on a budget. So hopefully this video today can help everybody out and help you guys have success at the very highest level. So that's kind of what we're going to look at today. The first guy I do want to talk about today that I am a massive fan of picking up, if you don't have him, is the Diamond Danny Green card. A card came out last week, and obviously with everybody opening up all the packs, has went down a little bit in price today. Can snag him for 45,000 coins. Try to find one that is badged up, maybe a little bit for the extra 5,000 or so coins. This one has an extra Hall of Famer. I don't know what it is, but those are the types of things. It's box out beast gross. Those are the types of things to look at. 6'6", 96 3-ball, good driving, dunk, good ball handle, defensively nearly perfect. He is the first guy that I really like for his specific price that you guys could target picking up in on your specific squad. The second guy, Diamond Rui Hachimura. The first two guys should be pretty obvious. They're cards I really do like that you guys can utilize at a really high level. 67,000 coins. Another one of the cards that if you can find one badged up for 75,000 coins might be worth your guys' time. But here's the deal with Rui. Gonna be super complete, can knock down shots, plays good defense. His release is on the slower side of things, but it's okay because he does everything else at just an insanely high level. Rui Hachimura, definitely a card I really do like picking up. So far, we've talked about a shooting guard. We've talked about obviously a small forward. The next position I want to highlight is the point guard position. Now, there are a couple of guys that you could possibly look to pick up. The first guy I always go to is, okay, well, what is the price of Diamond Chris Paul? Because I still really like Diamond Chris Paul on this game. And he is a guy that you could probably target picking up, maybe even find a souped up one for not super expensive. So 40,000 coins for Chris Paul is going to get you a really good Chris Paul. The other guy I do want to target is DeJounte Murray. These are probably two of my favorite diamond point guards right now in this game. And again, might be able to find these cards that are all the way badged up, maybe with a couple Hall of Fame badges, those types of things. But they're the 2 point guards that I really do like for their prices the most. And I know a lot of people are like, well, Ty, these cards are really expensive. Well, if you don't want to spend up on these guys, I'll show you guys a different card that you guys can target. But I really like DeJounte Murray, 6'5", gonna play really good defense, badge-wise, really solid. I think Chris Paul is probably slightly better badge-wise. I even probably like his release a little bit more, but he's just not gonna be as tall. So it really is preference based between the two cards and who you really like more. I'd probably prefer Chris Paul, although I know a lot of people do like DeJounte Murray. The really budget guy I want to talk about at the point guard position is Mario Chalmers, a card that has, I don't even want to say it's gone down a ton in price, but people know Mario Chalmers is good. And so that's why this card isn't going down any really much from here, is because people really know how good Mario Chalmers is. They respect this card, and he's still 6,000 coins, which isn't super bad. But again, he's not that cheap in this game, but is a solid option that you guys could go through and look at picking up. And that's something that I probably need to do a little better job of, is realizing people don't have that many coins on this game. And so a lot of people might have to pick up a guy like Trevor Ariza. A lot of people might have to pick up, some of the cheaper options. The next card I want to talk about is this guy right here, is Miles Turner at the center position. There are some solid centers in the game, like Jaren Jackson Jr., like some of these other guys that, I like. But I feel like when you're looking for a stretch big, it's tough to beat what Miles Turner does. Now, obviously, Jack Sigma is really good, but the problem with Jack Sigma is he's just slightly, I think, more expensive. I don't know if there's any up for a buy. When I came up with this list, there weren't any for a buyout right away. So let's talk about Miles Turner. Gonna shoot the ball well, gonna play really solid defense. Sure, he might not be the tallest big in the game, but again, he's gonna knock down shots at an elite level. And again, 6'11", 88 3-ball, solid interior, 80 speed. Just a solid big man that you guys can trust on the court. Now, again, a lot of people don't even have enough coins to get a guy like Miles Turner, and so I know that, I realize that. But again, it's tough, right? I've said it all year long. It's so tough to be no money spent on this game, and that's true. But if you do want to be no money spent, Toni Kukoc is a solid option for you guys today. 25,000 coins, 6'11", shoots lights out. Now, what I would do is if you do want Toni Kukoc, I would try to find one that is fully badged. So like this one is a prime example of one I really like. I don't even know what these Hall of Famers are. But if you can find one with even like 15, 17 gold badges, that increases his value quite a bit. So definitely if you do want Toni Kukoc, try to find one that is badged up today. But for 25,000 coins, trust when I tell you, Kukoc is going to be tough to beat. Card's not perfect, but again, he is going to be tough to beat for that specific price. So a lot of these cards, again, I don't mind Brad Daugherty for his price. Again, a really solid option, 50,000 coins. Now again, Brad is going to be probably worse than Miles Turner, but again, he's half the price. So I do like Brad, especially for 45,000 coins if you are looking to really build your squad from that ground up. Another card, massive fan of Doug Christie, 33,000 coins. So you know how I started it with Danny Green and hyped up Danny Green to the moon. Well, guess what? A badged up Doug Christie is nearly just as good as Danny Green. I still slightly prefer Danny Green, but Doug Christie is cheaper. And guess what? There's not very many people hyping up Doug Christie. I don't know why, because the card is incredibly good. 24,000 coins today can get you Doug Christie. You want to talk about, oh, well, this is an all money spent game? Not really. Doug Christie can play and compete at the very highest level. Hall of Fame on-ball menace does such a good job on the floor for you guys. So those are probably 5, 6, 7 guys that are buyouts. You run a squad like Chris Paul, Doug Christie, Rui Hachimura, whoever at the 4, Toni Kukoc, and then finish it with Brad. That's a 200K squad that can go out there and play at the very highest level. Now, 200K, still tough to get, but I'm just telling you, those are cards that obviously are really, really, really good. Now, we're going to go to the mid-range level. Jaren Jackson Jr. I still, for his price, love this card. I still think he's one of the best value centers in the entire game. People are going to argue Jack Sigma is better than him. They're wrong. Jaren Jackson Jr. is one of the best bigs in the game. And if you can find one with a couple extra Hall of Famers, I would look to pick up this card today if you can get him for right around 150. If you can't, obviously it's okay, but that's probably the price that I would try to target. Paolo Banchero, still like the card. He is just insanely expensive still. And so that's the problem with Paolo Banchero. He's going to be really, 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 really expensive. And at this stage, it's tough for me to say he's worth 400K. It's just tough. We've got other small forwards that can play and compete like Rui Hachimura. I cannot sit up here in front of you guys and say he is ultimately worth that price tag. Card who I do think is worth his price tag, kind of a mid-range point guard guy, is Drew Holiday. I think this card is an absolute stud of a card. He's 6'5", 93 ball, 89 ball, and a perfect defensively. Comes with nearly every Hall of Fame defensive badge you can ask for. If you have a little more MT to spend at that point guard position, Drew Holiday is the upgrade I would go with. Obviously, D-Book, you got D-Book, you've got Zach LaVine. Those guys are probably going to be better than Drew, but those guys are going to be a little bit more pricey. So obviously, guys, there are so many different cards today that you could look at picking up for your specific squad. It's just tough because you got to prioritize what you personally really want to. So even for me, there's a couple of cards that I want to look at picking up. But again, I've got to prioritize what I personally want for, a decent price. And so even, a LeBron, well, I can't even get that LeBron, but do I want to pay 1 million coins for LeBron? I don't know. Not really at this stage. I like LeBron, but I don't want to spend 1 million coins on him. So those are the things I'm going to have to keep looking at prioritizing. A lot of these pink diamonds are still really expensive. And so you know what? Yeah, if you can get a guy that can help your squad out that does have 3 legendary badges, they're going to play for a very, 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 very long time. But at the end of the day, are legend badges just going to continue to get more and more common? Because if that's the case, maybe they're not going to be worth as much as people think. So those are the things that I would recommend you guys at least start to think about. Again, when it comes down to helping my squad out, it's really going to take, a really, really good player. However, those players are hard to get. Like even a LeBron that has the best badge in the game. Those cards are super, super, super tough to get. So definitely think about that when it comes down to building your squad. But obviously, I'm talking about the elites of the elites. The best cards in the game. You don't need those best of the best cards. You can pick up some of those diamonds that I mentioned, like a Doug Christie, for way cheaper and have nearly just as much success. So think about that, obviously, when building your squad. You do not always need the very top level cards in the game. And I've got a good squad with a lot of MT on standby. So I'm going to continue to just try to slightly improve, slightly upgrade my squad slowly but surely. That's going to wrap it up for our video today. Hopefully it does help you guys out. Mentioned 5-10 guys that hopefully can help you guys out and just help build your squad from the very bottom up. Again, for me, I didn't open a lot of these packs. I don't have enough MT to do it, enough VC to do it, so it is what it is. I'll let you guys do all the spending. I'll do all the purchasing on the auction house. Drop a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.